Good evening, esteemed viewers, chat, and cast alike. My name is Harper, and welcome to Queer Society. I will be your facilitator this evening on our journey through our very extra and very queer rendition of Austen's England. But before we get started for the night, let me go ahead and let my fantastic cast and co-authors introduce themselves. We'll start, as always, on my right with Beau.
Hello, everyone. My name is Beau. I use they, them pronouns, and you can find me all over the internet at Dorky Teacher, except for on Twitch, where it's just Dorky Teacher. And I'll be playing Mix Ash Marlowe, soon to be married. I will also be playing the connection of Mix Devereaux Bond today. It's going to be good.
Next up, we have Sid.
Hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid. Generally just talking about all the fun shenanigans I do on the internet playing TTRPGs. Tonight I am playing the Viscountess Theodosia Fox. Her and my pronouns are she, her.
Next up we have Meg.
Hey, I'm Meg. You can find me on Twitter at Narnia's Pants. I am playing Belle Andrews, whose pronouns are also she, they, and I'm marrying Ash next week, so definitely stick around.
Then we have Anne.
Hi, my name is Anne, also known as XO_Girl Wonder, and tonight I'll be playing Lady Camille Desjardins, who is a baroness now. Yay!
And then we have Vivi.
Hey, I'm Vivi or Vivacia. You can find me on the Twitter as Mrs. Vivacia, MRS Vivacia, on Twitch as Vivacia, on all the Discourse as Vivacia. I am playing Triple D, the Dowager Duchess Macy Dawson, who is kind of pissed at her friends and not quite sure what she's going to do. But today, Monty, because she still can't say Morty's name right after I don't know how many decades, is getting married. And she's working on the marriage of the season, which we're going to have next week.
And I am Harper. I am your facilitator for the evening. My pronouns are she, they. And let's go ahead and get started on our recap of what happened in last week's chapter. There was a fallout, many fallouts, one could say, from a nuclear fallout almost, really, in its spread and effect in our party here, of the party that the former Baron Thimblewood threw, in which he, in very short order, proposed to the Viscountess Fox and handed over his title to the now Baroness Camille Desjardins. Theo had to tell her old flame and potential new lover, Maisie, that she would indeed be marrying the former Baron. The Dowager Duchess Maisie did not take this very well. We also had a picnic in which Ash and Belle finally announced to the ton that they are in fact engaged to be married and will be married in very short order. And Camille was rather unceremoniously thrust into the spotlight as the new Baroness at this picnic as well by Belle. So people's secrets are for the most part out. And we are going to go ahead this week and open up our chapter on the other wedding of the season. Smaller in scale for sure, but a true just romance novel of a story that's been happening in the background of our story here. But I also do want to note before we get started that if you would like to impact the story, yes, you who are currently in chat, you can do so by redeeming your channel points at any point throughout the story tonight. If you would like to give our characters extra resolve tokens to spend, you can do so by redeeming either a +1 magic item. It's a +1 weapon or a +2 magic item. A +1 weapon will give them a resolve token to be used by the end of the scene, and a +2 will give them an extra resolve token to be used by the end of the stream. If you would like to redeem a monologue from one of our characters to hear what is going on inside their head, you can do so by redeeming the cursed object. If you would like to name one of the NPCs, and trust me, at the wedding this week, we will have several NPCs who may or may not appear, you can do so through the name generator. And if you would like to contribute a new rumor to the rumor mill of Habershire, you can do so using the lore drop option. But that is all of housekeeping out of the way, and we are going to go ahead and jump into the wedding of Mix Devereaux Bond and Mr. Mortimer Grove. So we open, I assume, at the lovely small church in Havershire where the wedding is to take place. We have, of course, our grooms present, and let's see, I am curious if anyone is in the wedding party, because I know we have some particular friends. Bell's in the party?
Yes, of course.
Party, correct?
Yes.
Lovely. I don't think anyone else is a particular close friend. Oh, actually, no. Theo is good friends with Devereaux, isn't she?
Yeah, I figure she'll probably stand up for them. Yeah.
All right. But we're going to go ahead and open on that wedding. Everyone is milling about right before the event. Everyone is arriving at the church. Any interactions that we would like to have happen?
Theo will go over to Devereaux and see how they're doing. A big day?
Good morning, the Countess.
Really?
You know, it's always so different being on the other side. I never quite imagined myself being here.
And
Yeah,
now
here I
that
am.
you are?
Well, it's an awfully big affair. Wouldn't want to make a fool of myself.
Have you prepared any words?
A few. Though, if I'm honest, I'm usually the one who has all the right words to say, but today I find myself rather speechless.
I think, surprisingly, that's a good sign.
Is it?
All right, well, come here. Going to make sure that their boutonniere, which I'm sure that Mr. Grove prepared for the both of them, make sure that's nice and appropriate there on their lapel.
Thank you.
Of course. That's what I'm here for today.
And
Glad to
on the
have you
other...
with me.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, glad to have you here with me.
I would not miss it.
And in another small private room, I would assume, is where Belle is with Morty.
Do you have everything?
Yes, I believe so. Would you mind? I have a little something prepared for the ceremony. That small bucket of flora there. Would you mind?
Yes. These are the chrysanthemums. Yes. Did you want these scattered somewhere?
No. Well, you know, I'm not very good with words. Ever, really. So I thought I might say what I needed to Devereaux with flowers. Is that absolutely ridiculous?
No, that's wonderful. That explains why you have so many of them. That's beautiful.
Well, there's many things to say through flower language.
Yes, of course. I do love the mix of the chrysanthemums and all of these oh drat. And the other ones. The clematis, yes? Or clematis? Clematis?
Well done, yes.
Yes. If I remember right, you told me they symbolize mental beauty and ingenuity, right?
You know, I'm not always sure if you are listening when I tend to ramble on, but apparently you are.
You're my best friend. Of course I'll listen.
Well, you are my dearest friend as well.
How would you like these to be presented? It is quite a lot.
Those may be spread as you come down the aisle, if you would be so kind.
Of course.
And I'll carry that one.
Okay.
I'll need it.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. But before we get to the actual wedding, I am curious if the rest of the members of our little group here could tell me who it is that they have escorted or who are escorting them to this wedding. Who have they arrived with?
At this point, Camille's sister has gone home, so she's probably found one of the eligible bachelors from the boat party and have invited them to accompany her. I don't know. And she just shows up like 15-20 minutes after the start time, just kind of tries to low-key slide in and not be noticed. You know,
late to a wedding.
Yeah, but she kind of was like thinking that she didn't want to be there, and it like, you know, she's kind of like, ugh, weddings. But she kind of talked herself into going at the very last minute, so she's just, you know, just trying to be super low key and not noticed.
Okay. What about the Dowager Duchess, Vivi? Who is the Dowager Duchess tending with?
Here we go. So I'm thinking Macy will be there with Edward Dawson, her brother-in-law, that has arrived for, you know, the occasion that is going to happen next time. But he came in early, so he's going to be with her at this event, since, you know, Monty is part of the family too.
All right, and Bo, what about Ash? Who are they attending with, considering that Belle is busy at the moment?
Ash would probably be standing with their mother, Mummy Dearest, and taking notes as to how a wedding is supposed to go for their own wedding. And just kind of subtly trying to take notes on a very small notebook, field notebook, where they can.
Lovely. All right. Well, we are going...
She still scares me. Like, I still kind of am just...
Mummy
like,
Dearest is lovely.
terrified from last week. Sorry.
But we're going to go ahead and fast forward. The wedding is absolutely gorgeous. These two are so clearly in love. Did we have anything that we wanted to say from the viewpoint of either of our grooms?
I do.
Go ahead.
My dearest Mortimer, my love, you have changed my life. Truly, I have no possible idea where I would be today if I had not met you. That chance birthday party. Your love of all things that grow helped bloom a flower of love in my heart. And I know that no matter where we go or what we do, that flower will only continue to bloom and grow. Soon, bear fruit, children, and grow old with you will be the greatest wonder. I love you dearly, Mortimer, and I am so proud to be married to you. I can't wait for all the adventures to come.
Maybe we should say that came last because it's much better than what Morty's going to end up doing.
No, it'd be funnier if you leave it the way it is.
Romantic comedy, that's our genre.
Yeah. Morty is a little choked up and so just manages to get out. My dear Deborah, as you know, I'm not very good with words. So I think in times like these, well, I should just let the beauty of nature speak for me. And we'll go into their bucket and just start pulling out flowers. I've got a red rose and a tulip, carnation, a peony, some chrysanthemums. There's a chrysanthemum in there. A large sunflower, a zinnia, and just starts pulling all these lovely flowers out that mean love and honor and respect and adoration and beauty and all these lovely things. And considering how much they've been, I'm sure, talking Dev's ear off throughout these many months, they know.
They do. They start tearing up and then just accepting and slowly trying to hold all of these flowers.
Gigantic bouquet. And I'm sure everyone else is just like, what? Just
yeah.
He's just handing them flowers? Like, what?
And Mixed Bond is like, oh, Mortimer.
You'll just see Belle like back behind, like putting them back in the bucket.
But after that very heartfelt, touching, very custom ceremony, we see our two grooms wed. And then we move to the reception, which appropriately for these two grooms is a garden party. Of course, everyone is talking about how perfect and beautiful the ceremony was and how reflective it was of these two couples' love and how it was a true love match. And I am curious as to what everyone is doing during this time.
Edward, the Duke is definitely accompanying Maisie where she is. So he will like offer his arm and like walk around with her. It's a lovely day for a wedding. I did want to ask about something. If we could find a place to talk.
Well, he's saying that, maybe she's carrying like a little notebook with where Bella wrote down what the flowers meant, so that she wouldn't screw up, and the very front says Morty on it, Morty's flowers, and she's like, oh, that's what the carnation went. I'm not quite. Yeah, absolutely, we can talk. What in? Oh, the rose is cute. Yeah, that is nice. And she just let him lead her, and she's like, never thought about this before. Maybe I should have listened to him.
As far as the gardens are concerned, like, what does the layout look like? I'm trying to.
It's fairly open, but there are definitely like small like hedges that you could go behind. There's a tree line around the edge of the property. There are beautiful flowers everywhere, both arranged and growing. Does Edward have a title? I do believe that Edward is Duke.
Yeah,
Yes, Duke Dawson, otherwise known as His Grace.
I also, because I haven't done this, like, how do they, Vivi, if you have any input, how do they address each other? They are like close enough that first
names, because
yeah, like
it's like she was married to his brother.
Yeah. Okay. It's like
they're family. It would really be awkward if they would still be calling each other Your Grace. That would really mean they would hate each other.
Sorry, I just needed a clarification. Just to be sure.
Yeah, and to remind everybody who wasn't here when we talked about this, we still don't know how Spencer, Triple D's husband, died, because both Maisie's father and Edward were there during that hunting accident. So we still don't know how Spence got shot.
So Edward will actually lead her. They will still be walking, but like more towards like where there's a tree or something, and he'll say, also I wanted to ask how far away was he? I know he wasn't necessarily in Habershire. Like, was it close enough that he would have heard about the rumors, or like, because I'm just trying to figure out if he would have heard about the rumors about Maisie.
Are we referring to the rumors that Maisie is currently with child and that it's his?
Yeah, that one. That one's kind of important.
I'll leave that up to Vivi if the Duke might have heard that rumor.
Yeah, that and that somebody said her and Edward were going to a house of ill repute. So
I am, because there are resolve tokens attached to those rumors, correct?
There are not resolve tokens attached to those rumors, no. But the rumor of the rumor of the child being the current Duke's is spread. So that one is fairly widespread.
Okay, that one's fair game. Okay. And he'll say, I heard some rather distressing rumors when I came into town recently, and I wanted to clear the air with you before I
absolutely do tell. What have the silly people spreading now?
Well, I must know, are you with child?
No, I might have gained some weight, but no.
You look fantastic. Okay. Well, I know for a fact that the other rumor, there's no truth in that. I was not even in town, but
Do tell.
how's the ill repute, darling?
How's of ill repute with you?
Well, I mean, I know that I wasn't there, but I mean, I suppose I would not judge you if you were to partake.
That is very, very interesting. So not only did I have a lot of fun with you, I was also pregnant while I did that. It's so interesting what people come up with.
Well, when you're a high enough station like you and I, rumors tend to fly like that much more freely, don't they?
That explains a couple of things about a conversation I had with Belle a little while ago. So much to where I'm comfortable closing around these people. But thank you for bringing that to my attention. And honestly, it's hilarious.
It's a little bit funny, I suppose, but you know that I have nothing but your best interests at heart.
You always had, Edward, and I really appreciate that.
So tell me, I haven't been in town for very long, but what's been happening with you?
Well, I've been working hard on securing a proper match for Belle, and I think we succeeded in finding both a proper match and making her happy enough to quell her free spirit a little bit, at least for, like a month or so, maybe, if I'm lucky. That was pretty hard work. We have also seen a little bit of an uproar with the former Baron Thimblewood.
So it is true then.
Oh, yes.
He has in fact given up his title.
Oh, yes. He was having a boat party, and then in this boat party, he gave his title away and proposed marriage to a different woman. So he gave his title to one woman and then proposed to another woman. So yeah, he had a busy day.
That's rather unconventional indeed. Those are certainly choices.
Yes, there definitely were choices. I did hear, but you never can be sure, that he did come here because there were some issues with his inheritance, but I am not sure. I was not personally on that boat that day. I was busy getting ready for the wedding and making sure that everything goes well.
You're always so busy taking care of others and looking out for everyone else. Has anyone taken the time to check in with you, look after you?
Oh, that's all right, Edward. I was, my health was a little bit down, but yes, my family has been looking after me. Thank you for worrying, though. But yeah, we definitely have to make this the wedding of the season. I mean, Belle deserves it.
Of course, I personally didn't see your charming sister as the marrying type, the settling down type, but I mean, I guess people will surprise you.
They do, and we all been young. I mean, she says she as our ripe age of 29.
Well, you did marry my stuffy older brother, so yeah, we were all young ones, I suppose.
Yeah, we were all young ones, and hindsight is still 2020. So how have you been enjoying the title? I know you never really expected to take over.
Honestly, it is a lot of work, and I'm not particularly fond of all of these responsibilities, but it is what it is. It has to be, the work has to be done, of course. The truth is, I think I would be interested in perhaps finding someone to help me shoulder some of this burden.
Oh, yeah, you know what? We can definitely make that the goal for next season. Right now, I'm kind of busy with Belle, but yeah, I can definitely start looking for somebody appropriate.
Yeah, well, I've always been very fond of you, Maisie, and I would honestly rather keep it in the family than have to deal with the social games that people play, especially here in Hampshire.
I so appreciate that you don't even think about going to a matchmaker. Oh, Monty, I wanted to tell you I loved your flowers. And just like the book. I especially really liked that the peony meant, what did it mean again, Belle? It was so sweet.
Thank you. The peony is beauty and elegance, which of course both embody my dear Devereaux.
Absolutely. Yes. Belle made sure that I would not get this mixed up. Oh, Morty.
He definitely notes that you said it right.
It's on the front of the book. It's like, just like, yeah, it was beautiful ceremony. I am so happy for you to have found each other. Most unexpected, most happy.
Thank you ever so much, Your Grace. That is a true compliment coming from someone such as yourself.
Thank you. Such a lovely party too. I am getting a little thirsty though.
I can get you a lemonade or
that's all right. You go ahead and take care of your guests. And she just like swans off.
I kind of picture like Edward being like, okay, I'll go get you a drink, or like
and she's
walking
already
after
gone.
her. Yeah, no, it's like, wait, bye. Oh dear.
All right. So while that's happening, well, the two unexpected. I think that was a marriage proposal. Very unclear. That just happened. Well, that was going on. I'm curious. What's the Viscountess up to?
Probably attempting to steadily get Devereaux drunker and drunker.
Can I actually use a token that the Viscountess kind of overheard this, or somebody close to her, and is a little bit more smarter to realize whatever was doing than Macy was, because Belle gonna go tattletale.
Do it,
absolutely.
Belle.
Go tattletale.
All right, absolutely. You can spend a resolve token to have Belle overhear that.
Absolutely. We need more drama.
Okay, lovely. So Belle, you have overheard whether or not your elder sister realizes it, you've just heard your brother-in-law propose to your sister.
How? But then that makes us.
It's 1815. Don't think about it too much.
Yeah, no, and that's why like Belle's just like, okay. Let me try and go save. And like as I try to like interject is when like you're talking to Morty, and then I'll just watch from like the lemonade table. And just be like,
all right. So Belle is watching all of this happen. The Viscountess is making sure that Devereaux is getting very drunk. What is Ash up to?
Ash would probably kind of subtly scoot towards Belle. and say, I know what that look means. It means you either overheard something or you're scheming something. What's going on?
My dear, whatever are you insinuating? Perhaps I could just be people watching. It is a wedding, after all.
People watching.
It's a hobby.
Your eyebrow is about 2 centimeters higher than it normally is, and you have a slightly pursed lip. That means you saw or heard something.
Yes, well, it wouldn't be very proper of me to discuss it here, now would it?
No.
I'll kind of flit off towards like the ballroom area. Is this at their estate? I was actually confused. I don't think I caught that. Or are we hosting it at the Andrews estate?
If you want to be hosting it at the Andrews estate, that's totally fine by me. I don't know if either Devereaux or Morty has an estate at which to host this.
Okay, we can. I'm fine with it being at ours since we have that big enough garden anyway.
Yeah. And if Morty is in fact part of the family.
Yeah, essentially. Okay. So yeah, I'll take off back up towards the like our sunroom area. And just look over my shoulder like
We'll follow. A quick glance around the room.
So apparently my brother-in-law is attempting something with my sister. I don't know if those other rumors we know of are true, but I do know that for certain. I just overheard them.
The Dowager Duchess.
Mm-hmm.
That sister.
Mm-hmm. The only one I've got.
Same one that is rumored to be
Yes.
with
Mm-hmm.
with your
Yes.
I see.
Mm-hmm. I don't know
Well.
if it's true. I will ask her after the wedding. But that is the only thing, my dear, that I've heard, unless you've heard other things.
No, I've been listening to my mother tell me about all the things that our wedding is going to be. Now it's going to be more than this one, and it's going to be grander and greater, and
Must it?
as long as you're there.
Fair enough.
Matters to me.
I do not feel the need to flaunt everything to the masses. Maybe we could find a middle ground with your mother?
I will try. She's not exactly
like-
the reasoning sort, as you know.
I do.
As I'm sure your sister has plenty of plans as well.
I wouldn't know. She hasn't talked to me since she cornered me with the engagement.
She hasn't said anything.
Not much of anything. But perhaps we can have a discussion with them after this wedding about the expectations of you and I for our wedding and how we want it to go.
We have to say
Yes, dear.
they think. Okay. I can't just copy what Miss Devereaux, Miss Bond said. No.
No, Bo, you cannot copy paste your own fucking vow.
Don't even remember what I said.
I would prefer it to be a little more original, dearest.
Right, yes.
While I do enjoy the occasional flower metaphor, Well, I have a different flower for you at the end of the wedding. Thank you, Vivi, for catching that.
A daisy?
Not quite, dearest. And then at that point, I'll leave.
Peony? Ash is just gonna like walk back, kind of very confused. It's just staring at their shoes.
All right. And I will spend a facilitator resolve token. If I could, to have Belle bump into Theo on the way back into the party.
Sure. My countess, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? How many margaritas did you have? I told them not to bring them to the wedding.
Dear Devon, I had a few, but then we just went with the bottle of the lovely spirit that's in the margaritas. And well, we've just been enjoying ourselves. How are you enjoying the festivities?
Oh, I'm quite well. Well, aside from some rather confusing news.
What's confusing at a wedding? It's all done.
Well, yes, the wedding is. However, you know how the town, how the town moves. They never sleep, so to speak.
That is very true.
In fact, I've heard some things regarding your prospect of a lover, a partner.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh dear. Well, so you see that gentleman over there with my sister?
Your brother-in-law, the Duke?
Yes. Well. Oh no, I shouldn't tell you. I should not tell you. We should just.
Well, you cannot come over here, drop something that enticing, and then not follow through. What tidbit about your brother-in-law did you wish to tell me?
All I'm going to say is you best move quickly if you want to win my sister's heart. I believe there is another with his eyes on the prize. Pat on the shoulder and leave.
That takes a good 5 minutes to like clear through her brain in its current state.
You know what? I want to spend another facilitator token, if that's all right, because I want to know the monologue of the Viscountess's drunk brain.
Okay. Here we go. Eyes on the prize. What prize? Not prizes at a wedding reception, but prize of... Well, he's already received the title from his brother. Rest his boring, tawdry soul. Whatever could she mean? Oh, why did I do this to myself and Deborah? All right. My prospective lover. Is that what interested in Augustus? Oh. Well, I mean, I don't blame him exactly. I mean, well, most are drawn in by Augustus, to be fair. No, that couldn't be it, though. Well, not Macy. He's practically a brother in law. Macy? Well, Macy? And that's when it clicks.
A round of applause to Sid for that monologue. And I think I am curious as to how this reception is going for the newly very eligible Camille.
Is there dancing? At some point when dancing becomes a thing, she will become very emboldened and she will hold on. Let me double check something.
And I would say that yes, dancing absolutely. After the first dance with the new
well, I mean
spouses,
when it's appropriate and the dance floor is open for everyone else. She'll like for a moment she will kind of forget herself a little bit and like forget like protocol, and she will kind of just like, I don't know if there are any of the eligible bachelors around from the previous party, but she'll find someone and just kind of, not caring that she may be the first one on the dance floor with this eligible person, she will just go to the center of the dance floor and start dancing with this eligible bachelor. And in doing so, I would like to clear the negative reputation tag for improper, but do it in a way that's like in front of everybody, where like she's not acting very Baroness-like. She's kind of in a really weird way fallen back into old habits just a little bit.
She's still Camille.
She's still Camille, yeah. So yeah. I'm gonna like, if it would help me clear the reputation tag, especially since she's doing it in a very public way. And she may or may not have had 1 or 2 margaritas beforehand. Just a couple. So
absolutely, go ahead and clear that negative reputation tag. And I think, Vivi, did you have something?
Muting as a free action. Yes, I would love to spend one of my tokens to make one of these eligible bachelors one of the ton soldiers of our father Andrews, so that you're actually dancing with somebody that an officer's, what is it, an ensign, I don't know how you say that, or what it's called, that is young and pretty new, but is actually part of the military.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes, and I would also love to then actually stand next to Edward and maybe my dad too and say, oh, yes, Miss Lady Camille, most eligible. Edward, you should keep an eye on that. But you know what? Might already be too late. Oh well, and swan back off. But I think you can come up with whatever name you want.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think we'll give our chat a minute to see if they want to hop in with a name for this NPC.
I only have 3.1 tokens, like K tokens, and I can't.
I feel didn't AJ name a character?
AJ named the character that I think.
Oh, the
named himself.
Named himself, as a matter of fact.
Oh,
there was another one that he did a couple weeks back.
Yeah,
Ensign Wallace Hornsby.
There we go.
Hornsby.
All right, Wallace it is.
So Ensign Hornsby.
And excellent. So, yeah, like I pictured this wedding in particular just because, she doesn't personally know the grooms or anything. She's kind of trying to make herself feel comfortable, and she's just like, well, I'm gonna dance and I'm gonna meet people and I'm gonna do the Camille thing.
I love it. Okay. So we have a pretty clear idea of what everyone is up to. And let's see. As the as the wedding reception progresses into the evening, is there any more interactions that we want to have? Anyone else who bumps into each other? Are there any conversations in carriage rides home?
Matt.
We can move to the carriage rides home. Or in small rooms afterward, whatever it is that is happening. Not small, I can't remember the name for a room where you get
salon.
Thank you. Yes, that's the one I meant. Not like a broom closet, a salon. In salons,
drawing room.
Just draw my sister in her broom closet.
We have port in the servants' closet. Come on over.
Classic.
I think our conversation can wait until like the end of everything since we live here. But I would like to have that interaction. So I think before that though, I will just go say goodbye to Ash and their mother. And just verbally extend the invitation to come by soon to discuss wedding planning. And once we set that up in like epistle area, we can talk about that more, I guess.
Of course, we would be delighted. Thank you for the invitation, Miss Andrews.
Of course. Oh shit! What the fuck is her name?
Marlowe, Mrs. Marlowe.
Has she yet invited you to call her Evangeline?
That's what I was gonna ask. I don't feel like she.
I defer to Bo.
I doubt it.
Yes, Mrs. Marlowe, of course. I look forward to seeing you and discussing the plans for the festivities for next week.
And I expect that your sister will be there too?
God willing.
Yes, very well. Well, we'll take it into our own hands.
Yeah, can't keep her away with a whole run of horses. So, nice try.
Oh, Mummy, do you mind? Why is that accent coming out? Do you mind?
Are you my mummy?
Do you mind if Lady Desjardins, if I invite her to ride home with us?
Oh, of course not. Any time spent with the lovely Lady Desjardins. She's grown on me so much from when our time in France with her. She really has changed somewhat.
Yes, she's certainly a lovely young woman.
The camera,
that'd be nice.
The camera pans to her, just like chatting up a group of like eligible bachelors as they're speaking at the end of the evening.
Pans over to her, essentially like Regency twerking. Like, yeah, oh yeah.
She's such a lovely young woman, and that she's just hitting on every eligible bachelor.
Well, some things have changed about her anyway.
Butterflying around, the older lady Swan or Battleship. There's Lady Camille like butterflying around. What Macy wanted Belle to do, and Belle was like, not gonna happen.
Yes. Shall you go extract Lady Desjardins, or shall I? Would you like to say your goodbyes?
Oh, no, I'll go get her. If she would like to. I'm not going to pull her along or anything, but she was rather distracted.
Very well. You go and fetch Lady Desjardins, and I will say my goodbyes here to Miss Andrews.
And I would walk over and delicately infiltrate the throng of young men around Lady Desjardins.
Oh, it was my pleasure to meet all of you this evening. It's getting a bit late, and I'm about to head home, but we shall all keep correspondence, I'm sure. And she will like gracefully extract herself from the group as she locks eyes with Mix Marlowe and goes towards them like, thank you, gentlemen, and then just walks off. Well, I believe that went rather well.
Yeah, you could definitely say that. There were just so many young men there.
Oh, well, what's 5 or 6? Not a big deal.
6? No.
Well, not at the same time, of course, but it's been
No,
very
never.
eventful evening.
Should probably avoid that. Would you like to ride home with me and my mother? Love to talk about it some more.
Of course, that would be lovely.
Should probably tone down the number. Maybe focus on 1 or 2. I have no problem with it, but my mother's.
It's a meet and greet. It's
of course.
It's fine, but I will. You know what? I will say 1 or 2, for the sake of conversation, I suppose.
And I will say, well, you two are having this conversation, and Ash is extracting Camille. Mrs. Marlowe is still with Belle. Miss Andrews.
Yeah.
May I call you Belle?
May I call you Evangeline?
I suppose that is inevitable, yes.
Then, oh, sure, of course.
As you will be taking over for the running of the Marlowe estate, it is only proper that we recognize each other in a certain light. And now I have heard from my Ash that you have been trying your best to learn what you must in order to run an estate, to help them.
Yes. As I mentioned in the discussion previous to the engagement, my father has been ever so kind, if not unknowing, to instruct me and tutor me in matters of the house.
Very well. Well, I hope that you are aware that although you and Ash will be wedding soon, that does not mean that my wife and I will be completely out of the picture, and I do intend to be honing your skills for the time when Ash does take over, so that you might best support them.
I would greatly appreciate it.
What's up, Bo?
Nothing, I was just saying I'm so sorry.
I would not have agreed to this match if I did not think that you were up to the task. You have certainly proven yourself since you and Ash met all those years ago.
Yes. Within the last several months, I do hope to demonstrate what I have learned and do as I can to make you and your wife and Ash proud.
Now, you must know, you are marrying into a family with very high expectations.
My father worked in the military.
But that does not mean that we are without a sense of familial bond. And that will be extended to you upon your wedding to Ash.
I appreciate it.
That is to say, if you have any questions or require advice, I suppose I am here for you, is what I am attempting to communicate.
I understand. And once again, I appreciate it, Miss Evangeline.
Very well. Now, to save us from the rest of this awkward conversation, I am going to go hail the carriage while Ash brings back the Lady Desjardins.
Have the safest travels home.
All right.
Can I just like at the end of the evening, when the Duke prepares to leave the party, just kind of when they say when they part ways for the evening, and Edward will kind of quietly at the door say, I don't know if I expressed myself properly earlier, but I hope that you take it as an intent, a desire to court you. I will give you some time to think on it, and then he'll just like, if it's okay with you, Vivi, he'll like give her a familiar hug and just like, enjoy the rest of your evening, darling, and head to this carriage.
Yeah, she'll probably be like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can help you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, good night.
Yeah, and then he goes off. And then he goes off on his carriage to go home.
How is the Viscountess getting home?
Good question. I actually had a thought.
Drunk as shit.
Well, yeah. How is she getting home? Drunk. But how is she physically getting home? That is a question. Before she leaves, however, I would like to spend one of my positive reputation tags, composed, in an attempt to not fully embarrass herself and go over and speak with Triple D real quick.
So maybe
Posed is one of my positive reputation tags.
Nice. No, I won't spend yours, I promise.
It's just
I believe that the Viscountess does not have the compose tag.
I erased it already because I was full up and moved them all up. I was full and erased.
I would like to hold on. Let me give it a second.
I mean, it's the perfect time. She stands frozen right there, like.
I would like to spend one of Edward's resolve tokens to have, as Theo is coming to talk to Maisie, they are pulling away from the hug. Like Theo witnesses this hug and this intimate whispering in the ear or whatever.
Sure.
So there you go. Have fun with that, Theo.
So Edward has spent a resolve token. Theo is spending one of the positive condition tokens. All right.
I've been wanting to do that. That's fun.
Did you enjoy the ceremony?
She's gonna be like, "Ooh! Oh, sorry. Viscountess, I did not even see there." And yeah, beautiful ceremony, and the flowers, Morty's flowers were amazing. I mean, Belmont, I remembered them, and I remembered his name.
I was about to say.
Yes.
Yes.
So I enjoyed it. How did you enjoy this? And she probably notices her like.
Yep. Just trying to stand straight and tall, but veering left occasionally. It was quite lovely. I think they make quite the lovely pair.
They sure do. I did not quite expect it, but it turned out amazing, one could say.
I fully expected it, but
Well, you were always a little bit more observant than I was in those things.
Perhaps I'm a bit more hands-on in those sorts of things. I just wish to say hello and make sure that you were doing all right.
Yeah, I guess I'm doing as well as expected. There's still some outstanding, things that I will need to take care of, but else, yeah, I mean, and I've been dreadfully busy with, the wedding of the season, and making sure that, Mix Marlowe's mother is completely happy, and that we're all doing it the proper way.
Indeed.
Because my father is just no help for that, and my brother ran off to go adventuring in the mountains because the mountains called his soul or something like that.
Indeed. Will Edward be accompanying you to the wedding?
I would have said yes until like 15 minutes ago. But now I am not quite sure, to be honest. You walked in on me being a tiny bit discombobulated.
Oh. Well, are you all right?
Oh, I'm quite fine. It's just a little, not quite the right time, for stuff, for stuff, things. Never mind. It's a little complicated.
I am certainly an individual that can understand complicated.
Yeah. It's a little gross, but complicated is good.
I'm going to interject right there because I think we have a monologue token.
Hi, I would like to know the Dowager Duchess's thoughts about the Duke, as the Viscountess says. Will the Duke be accompanying you? Will Edward be accompanying you?
All right. So as that is, she's still like reeling from the hold up. That is absolutely not what I expected. And she's like, in her mind, she's like, yeah, this is, I kind of normally, yes, but after what he just said and all of those weird rumors that I just thought they were hilarious, maybe that would not be such a good idea to date what's officially my brother. I mean, he's kind of cute, but not really. That is kind of not what I wanted. And oh yeah. I'm talking to Theo. I'm getting a little. Maybe I should not talk to her about that. That's a little inappropriate. I don't want her thinking I'm just trying to make her jealous. That's just. I mean, would that work? Oh, it's complicated.
Lovely monologue, and we'll go ahead and slip back into the scene.
Well, it was lovely of you and Belle to offer your estate. I think it may be time for me to call my carriage to go home.
Would you like some assistance with that? I bet Anita could make sure that you get home safely.
I'll be fine.
Anita?
yeah. Meg, what's up?
I spent a resolve token to have the Viscountess stay here.
Oh, and then Anita comes and is like, I'm terribly sorry, but the axe on Miss the Viscountess is...
Fine. No, just like as like Belle interjects, like is gonna come over and be like, Viscountess, are you okay? Kind of
I'm fine. I just need to call my carriage home.
Yes. However, you don't look too well. Why don't you stay here? We do have a guest suite after all.
I would not want to impose.
Nonsense. It's not in a position if I am asking. Stay. Anita, could you please bring a glass of water and escort the Viscountess up to the guest suite, please? I'm sure I have some nice, comfortable, is it called pajamas in the Regency era?
Dressing gown?
Dressing gown? Thank you. I was like, not PJs, but what the hell?
PJs.
I have a dressing gown that should fit you. I will be up momentarily.
Oh, well, if you insist. Thank you, Anita. I will try to be out in the morning before you even know I'm still here.
Nonsense. Join us for breakfast, of course, and you shall be okay. Our cook makes the most wonderful eggs Benedict. Assuming that's a Regency era breakfast. I don't fucking know.
The tomato juice is very good for your stomach. I am so sorry that I did not realize, how tired you were.
No,
Please
no.
do it. Enjoy the hospitality. Thank you, Belle.
Of course.
Thank you both.
I know you like the blue room, so Anita, the blue guest suite, please.
You are both too kind. I shall retire for the evening. Good night. Stumbles toward the guest room. Goes the wrong way. The Anita has to correct her and direct her to the right direction.
Before we get to the sisters talk, because I know we talked about closing the night with that. Bo, did you have something that Ash wanted to talk to Camille about in the carriage ride on the way home? Or is it just right home?
I was generally going to be just inquiring about these young suitors that Camille has been speaking to, and, specifically that rather charming looking ensign, and kind of gushing about that more than anything else.
Yeah, and I think, like, not to get too in depth into it, but Ash's kind of read on it is that it's the first time they've kind of seen Camille have fun again for the like since her birthday, which is like months ago in the timeline. I don't know how many, but I imagine it was like way back months ago. But this is like, like very kind of relaxed and comfortable with herself a little bit more when she's not trying to hold up the pretense of being proper all the time. And she will say things like, these gentlemen are all so fascinating and so lovely, and what's his name? The ensign. What's his name?
Wallace Hornsby.
Hornby.
Hornby. Oh, and Hornby was regaling me with tales of his deployment and all of those adventures, and you just get a very very different Camille than you got the last time the two of you spoke. So that's kind of the vibe there.
I love that we're essentially back to where the two of you were pre-season with like girl chat. Which is my favorite thing.
It's like,
so that was
in
a
the
cute
backstory.
boy. Tell me all about him.
Yeah, that's the carriage ride home, and Yeah, no. At this point, you can kind of see the friendship settling back in for real.
I imagine Mrs. Marlowe is just at the carriage window, like.
And with that, we'll go back to the Andrews sisters.
Maisie, how are you feeling?
I'm thinking we're probably back, in our favorite room, like that library sitting room area.
Mhm.
And Macy, you see her digging like behind some books in one of the shelves, and she gets out a little bottle of the Anita's bathtub gin, and she's like, what do you mean? Everything's just fine.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah, it's been an evening, hasn't it?
It
Beautiful
has been-
wedding, but it has been an evening.
In what regards?
Well, first I get to hear all about these crazy rumors, which is kind of hilarious because do I look pregnant to you? Do I? No. Do I look like I have time to go to houses of ill repute with my brother-in-law? No, I'm way too freaking busy with, all of this. I thought that was funny. Then I thought Edwards was asking for my help as a matchmaker to try and find him somebody to help him carry the load. But then as he was leaving, he said that he wanted to make sure that I understood that he was trying to court me, and then he gave me a hug and he walked off.
Oh.
And then the Viscountess came to talk to me. Yeah. Yeah. And she takes another drink.
Do you still love the Viscountess? Like, as you've been sipping that. Sorry, Harper.
It's like drip. Well, I don't think I ever stopped. Gin going to her head, right?
Well,
And I mean, Edward's kind of cute. Yeah, he was always kind of cute, but he's basically my brother.
yes. Stay away from that. That will not end well, considering we still don't know exactly what happened to Spencer. And the last thing we need is even more scandal with the family, since you seem to be the hot topic of the ton.
I don't even know how he can talk about these rumors with me. And how people are saying I'm pregnant with his child, and then turn around later and decide he wants to court me.
Make sure that you are carrying his child, so to speak. Well, as I said, don't.
Yeah. That's what
Don't.
I kind of thought. It just made me feel a little silly for pointing out all of these lovely ladies and kind of trying to introduce him to Lady Camille, but she was kind of busy with Ensign Wally. So,
Oh yes, she seems to have her eye on him. But I'm worried about your eye.
my eye, which one?
Your left specifically. I wonder about your left eye, so to speak. And the Viscountess.
I mean, I think she's going to be fine. I mean, this is not the first time she had fun. I used to have fun too. She'll just have a good breakfast in the morning and she'll be right as rain. Little headache, but right as rain.
Maisie, I'm talking about matters of the heart, dear. Not of the Margaritas.
Well, my love, she's engaged.
That's never stopped anyone.
She's also engaged to a friend that I still have to deal with.
Well, maybe instead of dealing with him, you could just deal with being around him.
Oh, you mean I should be around a person who, and she's like,
She loves you.
oh, yeah, absolutely. And you know what? He knew that too. and then he told me to go for my heart. And then
She loves-
what did he do?
Maisie, she loves both of you.
The problem is not what her heart does. That's completely her. What he did is not okay. Is you don't go behind the back of your friend, encourage him to do one thing, and then just basically stab him in the back. I got to deal with that first.
I do think that maybe he was just trying to get you to actually speak up instead of hiding in the shadows.
Really, and you think that's how far he would take it?
Have you met him?
Yes. Yes, I have, and I don't think he's gonna give up his freedom that easily.
I think I'm going to interject here because I think that Bo had a resolve token that they wanted to
I
spend.
do. I don't know who this is going to, but I would like to spend a resolve token to have the Viscountess either drunkenly stumble into the room at this point or overhear this conversation.
Getting some water, standing in the hallway.
Right,
oh
exactly.
my.
Like going.
I would probably
Like-
more go with the overhearing variety.
Just mid, like, she's in love with you part. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That was when I was like, ooh.
I
this
got
is
it.
good
She heard that
timing.
in the hallway and went, wait, what? And then started eavesdropping from there.
Are we? Is everyone okay with that? All right. So yeah, Thea was in the hall for some of this conversation now.
Who is
Maisie.
getting this resolve token?
I don't know that needs to go to anyone. Maybe Sid because it's her character.
Yeah.
It has a
Sure,
full
he has,
house
like,
of resolve
I'm
tokens.
like, I've got a full house, so it can go to one of you other folks as well.
Here, I'll give it to the Dowager Duchess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maisie, she told me herself she has feelings for you still. She has been trying to find the right time to tell you these things. And regardless of what the Baron has said or who the Baron has done, I said what I said. The fact of the matter is that she does love you. And she wants to work things out with you. That's why she told you about the engagement.
Like I said, a little busy right now. I have to deal with my backstabbing friend first and get Edward off my back, and then I can deal with that, because if I come at this half cocked, this is going to go completely down the drain.
All I'm saying is if you start living your life with the Viscountess and the former Baron, you would get Edward off your back. You would have less to deal with. You could share the life load. Mrs. Marlowe is already willing to look after me. There's no reason for you not to pursue this. And besides, what do you mean by deal with him anyway? He has done you no wrong besides, if anything, encourage
Really?
your own heart.
Oh, yeah. He absolutely told me to encourage my heart, and then went and proposed to the person that I love. That he
To
encouraged me to go
encourage you
for it.
to step up.
Yeah, you know what? I do not believe that, that is actually what he did. But we'll find out. Don't you worry, we'll find out.
Don't do anything Mom wouldn't do. And I'll leave.
So basically everything but dancing on the tables and your under things.
No!
And she's like,
No!
I'll go to bed.
My mother was a woman of class, thank you. Where are the harlots in this family?
And on that note, that is where we are going to end the festivities of the wedding. And I think that we're going to do a very short rumor and scandal section here because, after all, we are winding down with the finale next week. There's not much time for new gossip to circulate, but a couple of rumors could be introduced that might sway things. You'll see we actually have very few spaces left for new rumors. So a lot of spreading of rumors may be done today. And I'm going to go ahead and roll my lovely d6 here to see with whom we are starting, because I feel bad that we always start at the same place. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to start with Vivi.
Ooh.
So Vivi, as a reminder, I'm going to go ahead and mark the ones that are going to be fading this session. Nope, that's okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 potential rumors, 8 of which you can spread. As a reminder to the audience who cannot see this list of rumors here, I'm going to go ahead and read them off. We have the rumor that the Marlows are soon to be expecting a large inheritance from a previously unknown family member among the peerage. That Belle is hiding something, ? That the Viscountess Fox was seen leaving the Andrews estate very distraught after the party. That Triple D is plotting against the Baron for reasons unknown. Already spread is the rumor that Camille was seen conversing with an eligible bachelor while fleeing from the boat party. We have the rumor, of course, that Triple D is with child. We have the rumor that perhaps Beatrice Desjardins is the reason why Camille no longer has access to her family funds. We have the rumor that Triple D was visiting a house of ill repute during the parties that she missed. We also have the rumor that Triple D was seen entering the house of ill repute with the current Duke, and of course the rumor that has been spread that Triple D's currently expecting a child that is the current Duke's. So Vivi, you get the chance here. Would you like to introduce a new rumor, or would you like to spread one? And I'm going to go ahead and say to everyone that we're only going to go around once, considering the lack of spaces for new rumors.
Will it take, it might not have to take up another space, because I would love to re-spread the rumor that Camille has been seen with an eligible bachelor, but make sure that this is Wally, Ensign Wally this time. So yeah, she is still being seen with eligible bachelors, and this time has been Ensign Wally Hornby.
Ooh, all right. I'm going to go ahead and make that its own rumor.
I mean, yeah, she was definitely in the middle of all these bachelors, but particularly looked very cozy with Ensign Wally Hornby.
We love it. Okay. We'll go ahead and move clockwise to Bo. Would you like to introduce a new rumor or spread one that already exists? Oh no, you are muted, my love.
Sorry. I'd like to spread the rumor of that Triple D was seen entering the house of ill repute with the current Duke.
Ooh, okay, so that will become more commonly known amongst the ton. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on down to Sid.
Triple D is plotting against the Baron for reasons unknown.
Okay. Moving along to Belle or Meg.
Triple D is in love with both the Baron, former Baron, and the Viscountess.
Ooh. I love that you can hear me typing, because I think that the sound of the keyboard reflects how excited I get about the rumors. And then we'll go to Anne. Last rumor of the season of this season, unless the chat was chime in with something.
I have a question. Is it self-indulgent to spread rumors about my own character? Because I'm doing it.
Do it.
Camille has been seen in the company of Ensign Wally Hornsby.
Perfect. Okay.
I'm gonna spread all the rumors about my character.
And we are going to keep our epistolary section a little short today. So as much as I love it when you all go whole hog and narrate your letters, let's keep it just a little short today. Who you are sending your letters to and what you are communicating. A reminder, you all have 2 letters to send, any that need to get sent today, either from your character or from a connection that you control.
Yes. She will send an invitation to the cell to now Mr. Thimblewood to air any grievances between them
Dear Mr. Thimblewood.
And
Please come appropriately padded.
Okay, and Mr. Thimblewood will respond in the affirmative that they will be there in just a few days' time. Before the wedding, for sure.
And the second
Bet.
the second letter she will send to the Viscountess after she leaves, and we'll invite her for the wedding rehearsal to help her with the last preparations.
She will respond to that letter. I'll use one of mine to say that she would be delighted to. Just let her know the time.
Okay. And with that, I guess we'll go ahead and move on to Sid. You have one more letter left.
Also to the former Baron Thimblewood, that she would like to discuss some possible additions, alterations to their plans on the boat.
Okay.
Perhaps it might be better to discuss it in person.
And the Baron will respond to you and say, of course, would be happy to discuss these things with you. That he's planning to be back in town in a few days anyway. He can't wait to see you. All right. Would anyone else like to send any letters during this time?
His rank is ensign, right? Ensign Hornsby.
Mm-hmm. Hornsby.
Hornsby, yeah. I'm going to send a letter to Ensign Hornsby. Like thanking him for the dance at the wedding and how delightful he was, and also invite him to the manor for tea.
Okay.
Yeah, that's happening. And then as Edward will also write a letter that essentially says, I will, Maisie, I will be occupied for the next couple of days with some business, but I don't know how long it takes for him to travel, but essentially, like, I'm not going to be around, but I will be around for Belle's wedding.
Urgent business, have to go to London. I'll be back in a couple of weeks before the wedding. Okay.
But I do hope that you take the time to think about what I said. That kind of vibe. And that's it. And Maisie can't respond because no more letters, Vivi.
All right.
He would probably also not respond. It's like, because he would not get that letter until he gets back anyways.
Valid.
And I'm also going to say that Camille's going to receive a letter from Beatrice, letting her know that she has arrived safely back home in Bordeaux, that her fiancé was very happy to see her, and that she is currently doing investigations as to what happened with the trust fund, and she will let you know as soon as she has any information.
Question, because I cleared that negative reputation tag,
don't worry, we're gonna get into it.
The condition goes away, but I still really kind of want to, like,
that's why I'm sending the letter. We're gonna get into exactly what happened.
Yes. Excellent.
Okay. But that is the letter that you received. What about Meg and Bo? Any letters to be sent from your characters?
We already resolved to have a meeting to discuss the wedding.
Yeah, I did that verbally.
Okay.
Oh.
I would like to send a letter to the Viscountess Theodosia Fox, apologizing for not being able to spend more time with her last night, and hoping to potentially maybe have some tea sometime soon, as a way of thanking her for her involvement with setting me and Miss Andrews up. Something to that effect, and better worded.
All right. And I think with that, we are going to go ahead and go to our break. Everyone, grab a spot of tea, take a turn about the room, use the necessary if you need to, and we will be back shortly. Welcome back, everyone. We hope that you had a pleasant break. And we are going to go ahead and go into the second round of novel play tonight, which is going to be Visitations. And we're going to keep this kind of short and sweet this evening, just to make sure that we are getting everything set up for our grand finale of the season next week. But I understand that we have a couple of visitations that are going to happen. We have Mix Marlowe coming over to the Andrews estate with their mother to discuss the wedding. I believe that we have something happening between the Viscountess and the Dowager Duchess.
That is right before the wedding.
Right before the wedding. All right.
Who's off token?
Sure.
Breakfast?
We can definitely have a visitation that is just the breakfast that occurs the night after the Bond Grove wedding.
Thought I was gonna get out of that one. Okay, nope, that's good. Let's do it.
And is there anything that Camille would like to do during this time to help to set us up for the finale?
I don't know. I mean, if we have time, she can have a romantic interlude with the ensign, but we don't need to set anything up for me. I think I'm good for next week.
Okay. if we have a moment, we might cut in with them on a promenade together.
Yeah, like in Bridgerton. Okay, I like that.
Okay, perfect. All right, but we will go ahead and start with breakfast the morning after. As everyone is sitting in, I assume, the family dining room.
I sleep in, and I will leave that as a motion. We don't have to. I can be there, but I would like to just be like, I am passed the hell out and come out. I come down like maybe 10 minutes after y'all start talking, if you start talking. That's okay?
I mean, that would be typical, right? And then, normally the Viscountess would be sleeping in too, but she's hungover, so she's probably up early.
Yeah. You got up for some juice
Yeah.
and a fried dough bun or something to get in her stomach, I guess.
Yeah, and Triple D probably got a headache too because she had bathtub gin.
And Vivi, if you'd like, just with timing, we can say that this does happen before Triple D sends those letters, if you'd like. Okay, perfect.
Yep. There's
Yeah.
awkward silence at the table.
Pretty much.
It's like, I seem to have acquired a headache this morning.
Well, we are in a similar situation, it would seem. I wonder how Devereaux fared on their wedding night.
Well, I don't know about you, but I do need some pickled fish. Anita? Yeah.
Certainly.
It works. Believe me, it works. Like herring pickled. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Have hot chocolate on the side, but I'm too old for that now.
Hot chocolate and pickled fish.
I don't know why it works. But I'm too old for the hot chocolate, so I think it's not going to work together. But the pickled fish still works. Seems to settle my stomach.
Whatever will get rid of this headache, I'm willing to try.
I mean, orange juices and something fatty is always,
I am well ahead of you there. It is a beautiful morning, however.
It is. You're right. Beautiful flowers still. I am really looking forward to the flowers on Belle's wedding.
Did you have any in mind?
Oh, we do have to do. We have to do lavender. This is a Marlowe wedding too, so.
Of course.
Well, and else, I'm not sure what the meaning of it is. I have to run that by Belle, but I do think, a nice deep ivy would be amazing to decorate as the backdrop for the lavender.
If I can remember back to any of Mr. Grove's tutelage, I believe lavender is serenity, purity, that sort of thing.
That works very well. I just been thinking of trying to find something that is nice, deep green. So, and I thought ivy would be nice to decorate with, because I don't think seaweed or moss is going to work out over here. So,
I have seen ivy at several wedding ceremonies, so I believe it would be appropriate.
Well, we'll see what Mama Marlowe thinks. She has her own ideas.
I am certain that Mrs. Marlowe will have the final say whether or not that was the intention in the first place.
Yes, she is a little bit like a storm. Batten down the hatches and wait for it to blow over.
Speaking of, here comes Belle. Good morning. How are we all feeling?
Belle, not so loud.
Yes, I do apologize, but every sound is like a thunderclap this morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm wonderful. I am sorry you both are feeling under the weather. Have you discussed anything of late? I am sorry that I'm tardy to breakfast.
My habit of pickled fish for hangovers and flowers at your wedding. Oh, and a beautiful morning.
Oh.
We have not gotten very far.
Was the Duke not mentioned?
No, His Grace had not been brought up in the conversation.
I don't think he had anything to do with the flowers.
Oh well, I meant in terms of my wedding. Is he escorting you, dear sister, or would the Viscountess be able to? Is Mr. Thimblewood coming to the wedding?
Of course, he would not miss it. He shall be returning, I believe, the next day or two.
Oh.
Bella's about to get kicked under the table. Anita, could you bring Belle some strong tea? I think she's still half asleep.
Well, thanks. What if you were all to go together? I was talking to the Duke. He did say he wasn't sure if he was going to stay, and that his being here was contingent on a few things. I don't know what those were, of course.
I mean, I really don't need anybody to escort me to our own estate if, we're hosting the wedding.
Oh, Mrs. Marlowe and Ash will be here, so we can discuss where the reception will be, but I assumed, just so we could give our Anitas a break, that maybe we could host it over at the Marlowe estate. They do have wonderful gardens as well. They do have a statue I'm quite fond of.
They do.
Not in like a loot net, I realized. But anyway.
I just assumed y'all made out under it or whatever.
Yes, my brain thought of that big honking strong dude and just be like, kind of thing. Like some of those Jesuses in a church, just well cut. No,
ripped Jesus statue.
I'm sorry to those of you who do practice that. That was my bad. But
tell me you had a repressed childhood without telling me you had a repressed childhood. Oh my gosh.
I was raised pagan. Thank you very much. They're all hot to me.
But they were normally not covered at that time. So
exactly. But anyway, so they have a wonderful They have wonderful sculptures around the garden that are beautiful and quite detailed, and again, foot and mouth. Anyway, why not just go with the Viscountess and keep her company should the Baron wander off as he is known to do?
Well, we will definitely all be there together anyways. So, yes, but did we set a time when the Marlows are coming over?
They should be here for lunch, I believe.
All right. I do have to run the flowers by her. I have a good idea, and I think since you wrote down all those meanings in that little book for me, that Morty, would be able to make sure that we send the right message.
Were there any flowers that spoke to you specifically, sister?
I mean, for sure we gotta do lavender. I mean, it's a Marlowe wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually think ivy would be amazing. I think ivy would be a nice deep green, like our color. And since it represents, devotion and a deep bond, it would make an amazing background for the lavender. That would mean serenity, devotion.
Yes.
Silence, not really, but purity. Yeah. Nobody in this household has ever been silent.
And purity is always in question.
Theo
wedding.
choked on her tea twice.
You gotta at least pretend. You're gonna wear white.
My purity is in question, dear sister. How could you ever insinuate such a thing?
I think both of those suggestions are lovely flower options.
Do you have any ideas, Viscountess?
Oh,
What is your favorite flower?
Oh, I had always been fond of hyacinths. I'm not exactly sure what those mean.
Okay. What else?
I mean, lavender is quite lovely. The aroma is quite pleasant. My thought was perhaps you would serve that lovely lavender tea, given that it is an Andrews affair.
That could work. Where would I be without the two of you in my life?
In the same spot?
Probably not up as early this morning.
That's fair. But wait. All I'm going to say, Viscountess, is I do wish you wouldn't leave. Or I do wish I could keep the both of you in the same place, so that I always know where to find you both. If you'll excuse me, I must run to the bathroom. I shall be right back.
Belle, ever the whirlwind?
Yes, that has not changed since she was a toddler, I must say. For some reason, she has never lost the energy.
Well, it's one of many things I find very dear about her.
Yes. And, yeah. I'm not quite sure what else she's on about, but that might just be my foggy brain this morning.
I think it was just the notion that you would accompany Augustus and I on our excursions.
Well, there's still something that I would need to take care of before I consider that.
Oh?
Yeah. Augustus and I will have to work out some complications before I'm able to even consider further associating with him.
Puts her tea down. Maisie, I honestly do not think that he thought I would say yes. If that accounts for anything.
Well, this really has ended up being a thing that needs to be taken care of between friends. We've been friends a long time, and certain things will need to be cleared and brought out in the open.
That is between the two of you. I understand.
Oh, yes.
I was going to speak further, but never mind. All right.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I am actually looking forward to clearing all of this up. So I'm so sorry that I interrupted. Please continue.
Simply that I hope that it can all be worked out.
I think definitely one way or another it will. And however that works out, it will not change anything between you and me.
I ideally hope not.
No, this is a thing between friends, and it really will not affect in any of our relations, I think.
Relations? Well.
One way or another, right?
One way or another.
Well, when will your Augustus be back? Has he let us know yet when he will grace us with his presence again?
Weather depending. Either later tomorrow evening or the morning after.
All right, as long as he is here in time for the wedding, because that I would not forgive him.
As I said, he would not miss it.
So sorry about that. How are the fish? Do you feel better?
Anita has not brought my fish yet.
Anita!
I think Anita, also had I don't know. Maybe she also had some gin.
I do know that the Anitas do have a downstairs ring of bathtub gin that they've been making.
Which is where Macy snuck her little bottle from. So,
but unless there's anything else to be said between this group, I think we may go ahead and flash forward to later this afternoon when Ash and Evangeline come to visit to talk about the wedding.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Marlowe. And is Nancy here?
Nancy is sick.
Okay. Mrs. Marlowe and Mix Barlow.
Well, we talked about this last night. It is Evangeline, and I dearly hope that by now, Ash, you have given her permission to call you by your given name.
Yes, she's just being funny, aren't you, Bo?
More like nervous. Anyway, do come into the sitting room and let us have some tea before the lunch is ready. I know our poor dear Anitas are also feeling under the weather today, so lunch may be a couple of minutes late.
That's all right. We can wait.
Not in a rush.
So, we have the endings of a wedding to plan? Yes?
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Even though most of the basic work is already done, we'll just have to make the more decorative decisions.
Right.
The food, the flowers, the dress, the colors.
Yes. Who will be hosting the reception? I mean, it would be proper seeing as how Belle is marrying into the Marlowe family, not the other way around, if we were to host the reception.
Oh, I am quite fine with that. I mean, you have beautiful grounds.
Lovely. I shall make sure that everything is prepared for a splendid reception. The wedding itself will be a rather large affair, but we must make sure that everybody is included. All the town and also our relatives who are coming in, and I assume that you must have people coming in for the wedding as well. We must make sure that no one feels left out. It will be the event of the season.
Yes, it will be.
Actually, Mummy, Belle and I'm just gonna reach for Belle's hand, just paw for it. We were thinking that perhaps we could have a smaller wedding. Quaint.
Do you mean a more limited guest list to the ceremony? I suppose that could be arranged, but we really must invite everyone to the reception, Ash dear.
If that's the compromise we can have, sure.
I mean, there is limited seating in the church.
That is true.
I understand that you two are still in the blush of young love, and so if you wish to have it to be a more intimate ceremony, I suppose we can accommodate. There must be some people we can strike from the list for the ceremony guest list.
Yes, I'm sure, though. The Viscountess, of course, is, I think, invited, as well as the new Baroness de Charvet.
Yes, we must not slight the new Baroness.
No, would never dare.
Very well. Anyone else that we can... I suppose... it would not be proper to... I mean, I know that Mr. Grove is going to... I mean, Mr. Bond is going to be Belle's accompaniment. I suppose that we can't very well disinvite Mix Bond. What about the former Baron? He's no longer titled. We can afford to potentially cut him off the list.
Oh, well, he is attached to the Viscountess, unfortunately. What about the Duke Dawson? He's not a direct relative. We don't need him.
Belle, there are many things that you will learn about managing a household in my tutelage, the first of which, you must never slight someone who is ranked higher than you.
I understand. However, he does have other important matters regarding his own estate that he must attend to as well, I'm sure. And I am still going to be part of his family, such as my dear sister is also related to him. So rank or not, he is part of this family, but he is not directly related.
If he is in town, it would be very improper to snub him by disinviting him.
And he is family. I mean, we could probably do without the cousins. I mean, the cousins, they're more interested in the drinking anyways. So
yes, I would just rather have room for my actual brother than my brother-in-law. So
Yes. Is your brother going to be in town? We have not seen hide nor hair of him in several months now.
he should be. That was the agreement that he and I had.
Very well. So we'll cut out a few of the cousin and most of the irrelevant townsfolk. We'll
Yes.
keep the new baroness and, of course, the viscountess. I know that she is a dear friend of your family. And perhaps, I suppose, if there is some attachment... Forgive me if this is rather forward, but I understood that there was some attachment between the viscountess and you. Your Grace. Is that no longer the case?
I mean, we have been friends for quite some time, since our childhood. So, yes, she's a very dear friend of mine.
I must have misheard rumors. They always get so muddled by the time they get back to me, you know.
Also, can I use a token to say that the Baron is actually fetching our brother? Since he is the one who went off with his boat.
I have no problems with that.
I mean,
Yeah.
we might not tell Belle, that might be a surprise, but it might have been something that,
Aw.
Was spoken about hush hush with everybody else.
Before this.
Before the shit hit the fan,
Yeah.
yes.
Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We can't really disinvite him if he's the one bringing the brother, so even if I want to.
Very well then. In that case, that's the ceremony settled. And Ash, I know that you get nervous before large crowds, but it is still a celebration of you and your love.
Yes, that's the
You are
problem.
both in love, aren't you? That's why we're doing this whole thing. That's why the Duchess and I came to a compromise.
Yes, we are. But love is such a private affair, and it's not exactly something that I like sharing in front of large crowds.
Dearest, you are going to be the head of this family for this evening. Your
We're gonna
love
have
is
a
going
beautiful
to be
wedding night, completely out of the eye of everybody. And a
But-
honeymoon.
But for the evening, your responsibility as head of the Marlowe family will be to showcase your new partner and how very deeply committed you are to each other.
And I am committed to Miss Andrews, of course.
Then you shall demonstrate such before the ton.
Now, when you say demonstrate,
Do you know, I think I am coming to like you more and more, Belle. But no.
do forgive me. Just a little wordplay for a moment to break, calm down, dear Ash. We shall make it work. What if the manner of events and the sequence of events does not revolve around them speaking?
That could be a good idea.
Morty did not speak much at his own wedding for the same reason. Just don't bring me a bucket of flowers. But at least not at the wedding. We could do something similar for the reception itself, where
As long as we're making clear that nobody is embarrassed of anybody, and you're showing devotion to each other. Yes, I don't want to give anybody any ideas of that. This is anything but the match that both of you want.
I think that a waltz between the two of you, immediately following a toast.
Would you mind leading said toast, Evangeline?
It would not be proper for me to give it. It should be one of you or someone that the two of you elect to give the toast in your honor, but it should not be myself as one of the parents. That would be someone who you trust to speak on the love between the two of you.
The Viscountess, perhaps?
I was going to say the Viscountess. I'm
I was-
responsible for all of this.
For most of it, yes.
I was gonna suggest it would be funny if Camille did it, like offer a resolve token if Camille did it, but it makes so much more sense that it's the Viscountess.
We'll go with the Viscountess then. Okay. Lovely.
Oh, okay. So there's that speech. Who is walking with us down the aisle? I would assume that would be our guardian. So, Evangeline, you'd be walking with Ash, not correct?
Well, yes, unless they wished for their mother to do it.
Well, I would like to, but I don't know if she will be well enough.
She will certainly be in attendance, dearest. And I would be more than happy to walk you down the aisle.
And my father will also be walking myself down the aisle. Okay, so that will take care of that. Your siblings could be the flower pals. My brain could not think of anything but that. Thank you, Sims 4. The flower bearers, if you will, and the ring bearers.
Yes.
Yes.
Quincy would love that.
And okay.
Very well, then I believe that we have things all settled for the coming week.
Flowers. We need flowers.
Well, perhaps, I know that they're planning a rather short honeymoon. Perhaps, the new Mr. Bond will be able to assist with this.
Well,
I do have some ideas.
Love.
Well, I'll make sure to reach out to you and let you know once I double check that and make sure that we're not sending the wrong message.
Would you mind sparing some lavenders? However, I do believe that was a definite contender.
Yeah, I do think lavender would be lovely.
Of course, this event, I will remind the both of you, is to illustrate both of our families in a positive light, but especially, Belle, as you are marrying into the Marlowe family, must show your commitment to this family.
Of course.
So yes, lavender will be a must. But enough talk of serious things. Perhaps we can get to know each other a bit better over tea. And unless anyone has anything else that they'd like to add in this conversation. I'll go ahead and cut away and ask, Anne, are you inviting the Ensign Hornsby to escort Camille to the wedding?
Okay, so I picture this coming up in like their promenade, I guess, and her just saying, "It's been a delightful morning." When do promenades usually happen? Morning?
Early afternoon.
It's been a delightful time this afternoon getting to know you. I was wondering if you would do me the honor of accompanying me to my friend's wedding. Miss Marlowe and Miss Andrews are to be wed soon.
Oh, I would be most honored, my lady, to accompany you. I know that the Colonel has been a dear mentor of mine. I would be happy to attend his daughter's wedding with you.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, she's basically invited him, and I would say that they're, getting to know each other and have started, really getting to know each other. How long has it been since, like, the wedding? I guess like a week or something.
Oh, like a couple of days, maybe.
Couple of days. Yeah, they're still like. I think she likes him enough to say, yeah, come to the wedding. How far off is the wedding anyway?
I think we have like a week and change until the wedding.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Happening fast, y'all, but he's doing it.
And I think that is where we are going to close the chapter for this evening. We're going to go ahead and do our reputations off camera just to fix things up for the grand finale next week with the Marlo Andrews wedding and the drama and resolution to come. So without further ado, let's go ahead and have this wonderful cast, before we write out, tell you more about who they are, where you can find them, and what else they do around the internet. And we will start, as always, on my right with Beau.
Hello, everyone. My name is Beau. I use they, them pronouns, and I was Mix Ash Marlowe, who also uses they, them pronouns. You can find me all over the internet at Dorky Teacher, except for on Twitch, where it's just Dorky Teacher. And you can find me on that Twitch channel tomorrow night playing some Core Keeper with our very own Meg. We'll be playing some Core Keeper together. We'll be playing some games. I don't know very much about this game. Meg's been apparently playing this a whole bunch, so I'll be learning. No, apparently not. Okay, well, making shit up as usual. And Friday I will be gay and do a bunch of crimes with It's the Riddler and Bright Dystopia. We're playing some Payday. And then on Saturday, exciting, I have it is the 2022 edition of the Mythical Melee over at the Initiative Order, where I will be joining a bunch of other TTRPG role players in role playing as kaiju, battling it out, and I will be playing King Ghidorah himself. It's gonna be so good. I'm so excited. So yeah, that's kind of the big news for me coming up. So you should definitely check that out Saturday on the Initiative Order.
So don't want to play a kaiju.
I can send you the thing later. It's super cool.
But thank you, Beau. We'll go ahead and pass it on down to Sid.
Hello, I am Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid. I played the Viscountess this evening and a lovely row of Mr. Bond. Got one married off. You can find me most nights of the week. My home channel is twitch.tv/game nights. That's 2 G's and a K for game nights. I run our game of Urban Shadows over there on Thursdays at 8 o'clock Eastern. I am there every other Saturday at 5 o'clock Eastern for our fake game. Sundays at 4 o'clock Eastern for Blades in the Dark. And just started up our premiere this past Monday of some D&D. We're over in Strixhaven. Good times. This week, however, something very exciting. We're doing an Earth Day one-shot over on twitch.tv/Stella Luna. We're playing some Monster of the Week. It is the National Park Service, aka Monster Hunting. It's gonna be so much fun. We had the wildest session 0 for that the other day. We've got Wally's gonna be playing in that. Obviously, Stella will be playing in that. Drax is playing in that. It's gonna be so much fun. Cannot wait. That's 9 o'clock Eastern over on Stella's channel this Friday. Very excited. Yeah, that's me.
All right, we'll go ahead and pass it on to Meg.
Hey, I am Meg. You can find me on Twitter at Narnia's Pants, where today I talked about taking a nap while I was at work. So that's great. Otherwise, I'm usually shit posting or just friend boosting. So either way, come join me, come hang out. Tuesdays, you can find me over on Ballad of the Seven Dice, where we're playing a horror game that's been real horror-y lately. It's been great. We forget that it's horror until my DM decides to pull some gross shit, and then we're like, oh. So that's great. We're actually wrapping up our season 2. We'll be starting season 3. I have no idea when, but it's going to be a shitstorm, and I'm ready for it. Maybe. And so that's a lot of fun. Wednesdays, you've got me here. Thursdays, like Bo said, now I am their captive and I get to play Core Keeper, which is, I don't know shit about it. I played it for a couple of days straight and went, okay, cool. And then haven't played it since because I have ADHD. And it's a lot of fun. It's great. You should check it out on Steam. It's an early access. It's like, they said it's like Terraria. I say it's like Minecraft, whatever. It's also like Stardew. So there's lots of fun little elements to it. Go check it out on Steam. It's really, really neat. My life is not nearly as busy as Sid, so I am done.
All right, we'll pass it on over to Anne.
Hi, I am Anne, XO_Girl Wonder on Twitter. I have been the very low-key and chill Lady Camille Desjardins this evening. And also the Duke, what's his name? I know this guy's name. Edward Dawson. Yes, the Duke, Edward Dawson. So this week, let's see what I got. This week I have a D&D game on Sunday over at Kira858's channel with the lovely Anita, our steward. It's called Amidst Light and Shadow, where my sad girl tiefling Reyna has drank some blood and apparently became the champion of something. We don't know. She made some choices. Yeah, come join Reyna's Sad Girl Hours on Sunday afternoons at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And today it was announced that I am going to be facilitating Good Society over at the Girls Run These Worlds channel. So casting for that, it has been announced that it will be next week, the day after our season finale. Go figure. Yeah, so that casting call is dropping April 28th. And yeah, it looks like I am just gonna be full up on Good Society next month. Yay! So yeah, follow me on Twitter at XO_Girl Wonder, and I will keep you posted on all the good stuff happening in my life.
Awesome. And we'll go up to Vivi.
Totally prepared. I am Vivi Vivacia. You can find me all over Discord as Vivacia, on Twitch as Vivacia, where I'm trying to get back into streaming, but you know, there's 2 of us here who love to stream. Also, you can find me on the Twitter as Mrs. Vivacia, MRS Vivacia, where I try and keep you updated on what I'm doing. I'm going to be a lot less busy, you know, I guess. But we're still every second Monday. I'm playing D&D on the Wily Hobbits channel. This Monday we finished up our first season, which was like, I don't even know, 52 episodes, where one of our characters just totally dropped the bomb on us. He is totally not who we thought he was. Yeah, very interesting. And we're actually gonna swan over into Saltmarsh, which we have moved into the Dalelands, right, on the Moonsea. So that's going to be very interesting. What I am excited for is end of this month or beginning of May, I am finally going to be able to play in a streamed Power Rangers game. I am going to be the purple Triceratops Ranger, and I am super excited. I have decided she will look a lot like Louisa and act like Maribel. So hopefully that will be amazing. But once I know, you know, when we're running it, how we're running it, I'm gonna put that up on the Twitter. And on some point,
Wait.
I know. It's like I've been waiting for that, and we're actually getting art. Okay, so and then on some point, Inherited Earth is going to come back, which my Mr. Hooper is running, which is an Ultramodern 5, which is a 5e clone, where, you know, I'm the artillery, the 5-2 artillery shooting person. But yeah, follow me on Twitter.
Thank you, Vivi. And I am Harper. I have been your facilitator this evening. You can find me all over the internet as Harpersona or on Twitter as Harpersona Games because someone, not me, got there first and got it banned. You can find me here on Critical Misses playing Good Society on Wednesdays. Our season finale is next week with the big Marlo Andrews wedding, but that does not mean that Queer Society is over because we will be starting season 2 after a 2-week hiatus. So that is on May 18th that we are going to be starting season 2. So if you've enjoyed watching this cast, you can come back and see us play all new characters with a new cast member. So keep an eye out for that. You can also hear me on all of your podcasting platforms every other Tuesday on the Through Hollow Flames podcast, a D&D actual play where I play Ursa, the shifter barbarian who, the whole team just dealt with some nasty stuff, and I'm going to crack my neck. I don't know if it's going to get caught on mic with that. Thank you for the stretch. But that is me. You can find what I'm doing by just following me on socials. And we are going to be raiding out for the night and showing some love to one of our friends. We're going to be showing some love to Q Times tonight. So be sure to stick around for the raid. But until next week, our finale, the final chapter of Queer Society Book 1, have a wonderful evening, and the chapter is closing.